Hello, welcome back for another book talk. So this is The Psychology of Zelda, and this is written, or I guess it's not really an author, edited by Anthony M. Bean, PhD. There's multiple authors. Each chapter is basically a different author or a couple authors, and they've written various articles and somewhat follow a theme for each one. So the premise of this world is linking our world to the Legend of Zelda series, and is basically taking concepts from psychology and applying it to the Legend of Zelda games. Now, I had picked up this book for my husband, and then we've kind of realized that even if I buy him physical copies of books, he just prefers audiobooks. So I've been reading through a lot of our physical copies, and then he just rents them from the library as an audiobook and listens to them. And I decided to read through this one because I have played through almost all of one of the Zelda games. I've played through Ocarina of Time, OOT, and a little bit of some of the other ones, but not enough to like really say that I've gone through the game. But my husband has. He's obsessed, so he's told me a lot about them. Now, when I read through this book, one of the things that a lot of the other people who have talked about this book mention, and I definitely agreed, it is very repetitive. There was a number of times reading through this that honestly, it felt like what you would imagine teachers go through when they give students like an essay topic and it's the same for like a class of like 30. And you just keep reading the same thing and like the same basic arguments brought up slightly differently, but basically the same over and over and over and over, because it is extremely repetitive in this book. And like other reviews that are out there, I completely agree that there is one chapter that makes this book worth buying. The rest honestly would make this a really low, like a 1-star review, because of how repetitive and just like, well duh, this book is. The one that makes it worth it is the chapter on grief. That chapter goes through the Majora's Mask, and the chapter that goes through that game and grief is so good. It explains it so much better than any of the other chapters, and honestly, if the rest of the book was like that chapter, it would be a fantastic book. But the others just don't quite capture it the same way as that one does. And it really makes some solid points in that one chapter, and how it talks about like the kind of temples that you go through, which pretty much all Zelda games do. If you're not familiar with Zelda, it's going to be you're going to be lost. But the different temples are representative of the different stages of grief, and they explain why and how it relates to the reader and the player. Like, it's such a fantastic chapter. The rest of the book is not, but that one made it worth the purchase. Other than that though, this book was, minus that one chapter, it was pretty self-explanatory. Like, yes, The Legend of Zelda does in fact follow the hero's journey. Yes, Zelda has gotten to evolve over time from a pretty minor, like, damsel in distress type character, and now she's become a goddess, and she's getting to the point where we wonder if and when, in, like, newer additions to the series, we might be able to have her as a playable character, but it's nothing really revolutionary. Again, the one chapter really makes this book worth it. The rest of it really takes away from the book, honestly. So anyways, this is just kind of a quick book chat about this one in particular. Again, I mostly bought this for my husband, and he has it on his to be listened to list. There's a number of holds, and you can only have so many at a time. Eventually he'll listen to it. But yeah, I would love to hear your thoughts if you have read this. Did you love it? Did you not? Did you like the grief chapter? Was there one that you liked better? Let me know in the comments down below. Make sure to like and subscribe. I post every other day, and until next time, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see y'all soon.